the Honorable Rosemary Mbabazi, Minister of Youth and Culture of Rwanda, Elodie Iradukunda, the co-chair of the CYF Task Force and President of the Commonwealth Youth Council General Assembly, Mr. Kim Allen, the new chair of the Commonwealth Youth Council, Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and of course all the youth that are listening to us today. Today marks the beginning of the 25th Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting here in this beautiful country called Rwanda. Thank you for the hospitality. On behalf of the Secretary General, a deep thank you for the milk of human kindness that was given to us over the last few days. It is, therefore, perhaps appropriate that we begin this week of policy discussions, debates, and dialogues with you, the young people of the Commonwealth. Did you know of the 2.6 billion people that we have in the 54 countries of the Commonwealth? Out of these 2.6 billion people, 1.2 billion are under the age of 30 years of old. It therefore means that much of what is discussed in these coming days will affect young people's lives and prospects for the future. It is indeed, ladies and gentlemen, my pleasure to join you at the start of your 12th Common Youth Forum under the theme, Taking Charge of Our Future. Your theme, to my mind, is more than a theme. It is, in fact, a call to action. I commend you for such a forward-looking, positive, and action-oriented theme. I look forward to the plans and proposals that you will share with leaders and stakeholders in the coming days. Ladies and gentlemen, to millions of young people, no doubt, the last few years have been very challenging, to say the least. The COVID-19 pandemic has created new threats and exacerbated existing challenges and barriers. Every day, many of our young people around the world would wake up to a growing list of new and harsh realities. I believe our first step in the right direction begins with the recognition that our youth population is our greatest untapped asset. No matter which way we look, the hurdles are high. In the shadow of the pandemic, many of you are being deprived of the usual opportunities and denied even the chance to live your lives as you would want to do. Sadly, today, there is talk of the COVID generation, something that we've never heard before. A generation of young people that unfortunately will be left behind as a result of the pandemic. I know that unless urgent action is taken, you as young people will likely suffer severe and long-lasting impacts from the pandemic. And here is the reality. The reality is that we start with the World Bank. The World Bank is forecasting another global recession. The pandemic created the largest disruption of education systems in history, affecting nearly 1.6 learners in more than 190 countries and across all continents. There is absolutely no doubt that the challenges are many and sometimes seemingly insurmountable. But the one thing the one thing that we do know is that the last few years, despite how hard they have been, these are no match for the human resilience. So I am not surprised that this forum is themed Taking Charge of Our Future. This is a bold and powerful theme that echoes a fighting spirit and a resilient mindset. Excuse me. This particular forum on youth empowerment is so important because the engine of resilience is often youthful perspective, youthful exuberance, and youthful innovation. As you begin the Chugam 2022, you set the tone for what the rest will do. Every year, our Commonwealth Youth Awards unveil impressive feats and innovations, conceptualized and executed by exceptional young people. We do a grave disservice to all in our communities when we fail to harness this exceptional talent and vitality. In our recent cohort, a young Ugandan showed us how to deal with the global threat of plastic pollution. He found a clever way to turn plastics into eco-friendly energy. In the Pacific, a young woman showed us how to transform waste into furniture and thereby empower girls and women in the process. Meanwhile, a young Pakistani found a way to bring clean water to poor communities. Given the huge potential and ingenious proclivity of our young people, we cannot simply afford to exclude young people from the development process and equate youthfulness with inexperience and ignorance. This is really utterly, a stupid thing to believe in. Young people may be everything, but they are certainly not inexperience and ignorance. This dangerous and damaging discrimination will hold all of us back from achieving our full potential. Today, I, through the Commonwealth Secretariat, we call for a bold approach and strategy that sits at the heart of the Commonwealth mainstream youth. Make young people's capacities and rights an integral dimensions of the design, implementation, analysis, and monitoring and evaluation of conventions, legislations, policies, programs in all political, economic, and social spheres, and at all levels, so that young people can enjoy social equity. This strategy, ladies and gentlemen, will engage young people to address equality through processes and measures for equity, justice, and fairness for all groups of young people, particularly the marginalized one. Youth mainstreaming is built on the concept of equitable intergenerational relationships and fostering of mutual respect between adults, young people, and other cohorts. I also believe the first step towards harnessing this power and potential is unfettered access to quality education and empowerment for everyone, regardless of gender, cultural or economic background, or even location. Furthermore, ladies and gentlemen, this education must be geared towards bridging the digital divide and ensuring that every young people is aware of and able to use the technologies and innovations available today. Education and training should prepare young people for leadership roles. This is why one of the planned outcomes of this program is the launch of a Commonwealth Alliance for Quality Youth Leadership. This alliance will engage no less than more than 100 million young people by 2030 in a non-formal education and training opportunities. The Memorandum of Understanding with the leading partners will be signed later on this week. As for the Commonwealth, we are committed. We are committed to choosing the path of empowerment of our youth. And this path will not be easy. It will not be easy to build back better. But if politics is the art of the possible, then as one of Africa's great sons, Chinua Achebe, said, and I quote, "Art is a man's constant effort to create himself a different order of reality from that which is given to him." We don't just sit and hope that things will work out. We have a role to play to make that come true. End of quote, Chinua Achebe. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, youth leaders, I wish you all the best with your deliberations and hope to receive your plans and proposals to demonstrate what taking charge of your future looks like. And I thank you for your attention. Thank you.